Listen up, Texans. You're about to see the legalization of ordinary purchases using precious metals. You may buy precious metals with regular cash in Texas, according to a new report that came out yesterday. To be honest, I was somewhat skeptical of this idea when I initially considered it. Just thinking about that made me want to see someone roll up to Chipotle, drop a gold doubloon on the counter, and expect the clerk to figure out if it's enough to pay for their steak burrito. It all makes sense the way they're arranging things, though. Some states have reinstated a gold standard, but if you don't watch my show, you might not even be aware of this. Just wanted to give you a quick rundown of the states that have recognized gold and silver as legal tender: Utah, Louisiana, West Virginia, Oklahoma, Texas, Tennessee, and Florida. The statute will take effect in 2026. In May of 2027, this law will take effect in the Lone Star State. A lot of people may be asking how this will function, and we're going to tell you. Welcome, and thank you for stopping here every day to get your silver news fix. My name is Silver Slayer, and if you would want to be up to date on the daily global events and how they impact the price of precious metals, then subscribe and hit the bell button. Send an email to info@milesfranklin.com if you would like to buy some of these sparkling things while it is still available. Be sure to mention that Slayer sent you. On a weekly basis, we provide discounts on gold, silver, and platinum. In addition to low costs, we have a wide variety of products. You have our word. The CEO is Andy Schekman. We have more than 35 years of experience in this field. You may shop with complete peace of mind here. Thus, let us investigate their claims. A year or two ago, I had the opportunity to meet J.P. Cortez, the CEO of the Sound Money Defense League, which is working to restore gold and silver as legal tender in the United States. His interview was fascinating, since he has gone over the United States seeking to persuade policymakers of the merits of reintroducing gold and silver. And he noticed a trend. No state likes to be the first to take a stand. But when other states do, they're more likely to follow suit. This is politics, after all. The goal of every politician is to secure another term in office, and doing something bold and unpopular can hurt their chances of doing so. The more states that do this, the more comfortable other people will be. And the faster it will happen, he said. However, I found that to be a really intriguing argument that he made throughout that interview. But now we can see how everything fits together. Now Texans can use gold and silver as a form of payment for regular items, similar to a debit card, thanks to a new law signed by Governor Greg Abbott. The legal tender in Texas is precious metals like gold and silver. This is the plan. Representative from the state of Washington authored House Bill 1056. The Texas Bullion Depository, essentially a state-run vault, will accept gold and silver deposits, according to Mark DeRazio of San Antonio. After that, they will be issued a debit card that, whenever they make a purchase, will convert the value of the gold or silver into regular dollars. I find that quite intriguing. Instead of selling it at a local coin shop or online for cash, it's as if they're selling it to get a debit card. This is very intriguing. To my knowledge, this is the initial reading of this. This article is new to me. I figured I'd just tag along with you guys and see what happens. My feelings on the matter are vague at best. I would love to hear your thoughts on this. In my opinion, the most important question is whether or not they intend to assign a monetary value to gold by linking it to a fixed price. Wow, that's fascinating. Leave a comment with your thoughts on this. After all, how is this different from what they did before? When they could merely sell their precious metals and obtain cash immediately, what would motivate them to do this? Reason being, I anticipate that there will be some sort of cost associated with the debit card or with having it redeemed at the vault. Tell me how that will function. It's an intriguing idea, but at this point, there are more questions than answers. In order to legitimize the use of gold and silver as legal tender, the legislation relies on a little-known provision of the United States Constitution. Texas has dusted off an old rule that is never utilized and is now putting it into play. Look, I'm confused, dude. Wow, that's fascinating. The subject matter is intriguing. I'm interested. It's natural to wonder about a lot of things. So far, I don't know of any other states that have done it this way. Therefore, I intend to replicate this. I intend to replicate this section precisely and then go to... Even though I know many of you dislike ChatGPT, this will search the web for every article in a matter of seconds. Compared to this, nothing works as well. I'm going to steal this idea and ask whether any other states are considering using a similar approach with precious metals. I can now quickly see whether any other states are using this method. I will just copy and paste this. The answer is yes, I understand. There are a number of states that are considering or have already filed bills that would make gold and silver more officially recognized as legal cash or lower other obstacles to their use. The details differ, and some of the suggestions are in the early stages. Some instances are provided here. So states with active or planned bills. The Sunshine State. Therefore, with specific tax exemptions, gold and silver would be recognized as legal money in the state in 2025 under Senate Bill 132. If House Bill 999 were to become law on July 1st, 2026, it would legalize the usage of specific coins made of gold and silver as currency. Mississippi is located in the USA. Legal money in the form of gold and silver was authorized in 2025 with the introduction of House Bill 394, the state of Missouri. Some measures seek to officially recognize gold and silver in monetary transactions or public debts. One such bill is SB 25. Additionally, there has been talk of passing a law in Missouri to recognize precious metals like gold and silver as legal tender in specific situations. As an additional perk, it offers to compile a list of all the state's measures that are either pending, passed, or rejected. So you can see how they stack up. Yeah. Yes, I will inquire with them. Yes. Get that done. Yes. Get that done. However, I am also interested in knowing whether any other states would permit citizens to deposit their precious metals into a state vault in return for debit card funds. Then we will see what they have to say. A large portion of the population is unaware of this. State governments are already doing it, which they were unaware of. Did you know this if you happen to call one of these states home? It seems to reason that people in states like Utah or Missouri would be more likely to be aware of the passage of such legislation than those in other states. But that may not be the case. Therefore, it is investigating trends in state legal tender. I get that AI isn't for everyone, but if I wanted that much information, I would have to spend hours poring over every single article that even remotely addressed those states. So, yeah, AI is great, but it's not the only efficient option. Reality is my friend. Making the most of my time is important to me. On top of that, they cite all of the sources. The citations for this piece are on the side here. I don't know if you can see them, but they include the following. Florida Senate, soon. Floridians will be able to pay with gold and silver. Gold and silver are recognized as lawful currency by the legislature. All of these states, including Louisiana, have recognized gold and silver as legal tender. To kill time before Chad arrives, I'm going to open this one immediately. GBT. States that recognized gold and silver as legal tender in September 2020. Consequently, the states of West Virginia, Louisiana, Utah, and Texas established laws acknowledging gold and silver as legal money. Colorado, Arizona, Kansas, Oklahoma, Texas, Missouri, South Carolina, Louisiana, Wyoming, and Utah are the other 7 states. Holy cow. I was surprised by how much that was. Yeah, plus they brought it up in this very spot. Now we'll see. A brief response. Yes. Even though several states are taking this step, as of this writing, only Texas has publicly introduced a state depository with debit card model. This is really intriguing. Apparently, Texas is the first state to go down the debit card path. However, as of October 7th, these states are the only ones that have implemented this or plan to do so. Thus, certain gold and silver coins are recognized as legal money and are exempt from sales tax in Florida, which takes effect on July 1st, 2026, and Texas, which is handling the debit card. In order to acquire an electronic payment platform guaranteed by precious metals, Utah passed a law in 2025. For the time being, state retailers have the option to accept payment rails made of gold and silver rather than the public debit card. You may pause the video and check the screen. It appears they're also planning to pass legislation in Tennessee, Missouri, and Texas. Holding and best species is required of the state treasurer in Wyoming, Mississippi, and Wyoming. State reserves, not consumer expenditure, are at issue here. So, to get to the point, who else will allow customers to store metal with the state and pay using debit cards? There may be some electronic acceptance via custodians for public payments in the future in Florida, Texas, and Florida. However, there is no state debt card at this time. Utah is currently constructing electronic rails for state vendor payments, and there is no public debit card. Next, there is a lack of transparency regarding the depository debit scheme in the states of Mississippi, Tennessee, and Missouri, alongside active legal tender bills. Okay, I'm impressed. This is quite intriguing, folks. The subject matter is intriguing. Are you all in favor of this or against it? For example, what are your thoughts on this? I suppose we can't really tell how this will turn out just yet. Well, I must admit that I find it intriguing and believe it merits discussion. My new upload schedule is as follows: midday and 6 o'clock, every single day at noon and 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. For the day, I have uploaded 2 videos. View the video I uploaded at midday 6 hours ago. It's highly recommended that you also look into that one. The current silver market is going to be impacted by China's mad space program and silver policies. The price of silver is $47.83. Well, silver is still sitting very high. There has been a little retreat recently, but when you consider the current state of the markets, it's clear that silver isn't going anywhere. Furthermore, I'll include this, if you all are interested, on my GoFundMe page. I'm now involved in a costly custody battle for my daughter. I wanted to acquire a good lawyer, so I paid a hefty penny for him. I assumed it would be easier and faster, but I had no idea how much it would cost. We've already spent about a month on this, and the motions are only now being filed. This will take some time. It would mean a lot to me if you could spare a few bucks to help out. If you're unable to do so, I would be eternally grateful if you could at least watch the videos. However, it is not required of you. It has meant the world to me that so many people have been donating. Please know how much I appreciate it. I'll put a link to it in the description in case anyone feels compelled to lend me a hand. Right now, it's a really tough time for me. A really difficult period. I'm still making an effort to upload movies and other content for you guys. But please know that your donations mean the world to me. Absolutely no clue. Alright, I'm going to end this video now. Please inform me if there's anything else you would like me to discuss in the near future, or if you have any thoughts or opinions regarding this. In my opinion, it's fascinating. There may be additional factors to consider, so I don't think I have a firm stance on this just yet. Well, I'm not sure. We are entering uncharted area now, aren't we? Unlike when a gold standard was in place, this is relative. With the advent of debit cards and all, this is a novel concept. So, is this good, bad, or maybe both? I don't know. All right then. Thanks for tuning in anyhow. Be sure to see the video I uploaded earlier in the day. Silver Slayer was this. Tomorrow at noon, I will meet with all of you. No war.